NIO is getting secret cash injections, massive cash injections here in China. And this could solve their short-term money issues. However, it could bite them in the butt long term. Hear me out. Following the launch of the NIO Power Up Partner Program or Franchising Partner Program, there were 3 different methods to partner up. Method number 2 was basically you give NIO money and then they're going to guarantee a return on your money over a few years. Well, I got that information for you guys right here. And apparently, investor interest is very high. People are throwing their money at NIO. But just to quickly recap on the 3 different methods, number 1 is you have a parking lot or you have land and you can basically lend out this land to NIO and they can install power swap stations or chargers or that kind of stuff, and it's basically that kind of franchising partnership. And then number 2 is where you just give NIO money, all right, and you don't have to worry about anything else, and NIO guarantees a stable guaranteed income, all right, and profitable return on your investment unless NIO goes under, which won't happen. So that's method number 2, which is the topic we're going to talk about. But quickly, method number 3 is almost the same thing, but you have more skin in the game, and it's dependent on what that money returns. So for example, you invest that money, say 3 million, and then they build swap stations. How do the swap stations perform? If they perform well, then you get more money returned, all right? So you got more skin in the game. So what is this cash injection? Basically, with method number 2, the minimum investment is 3 million RMB or 421,000 US dollars. So you have to give NIO 3 million RMB, that much money, and then you're going to get 460,000 RMB back per year, which is around 64.5K US dollars per year for 8 years, and then it's gone. It's finished. All right. So it's basically like a fixed income. So the total profit, all right, net profit is 680K RMB net profit, or 95,441 US dollars net profit after 8 years. So in 8 years, you get your money back and you get 95.4K US dollars in net profit. So that's after 8 years. But each year, all right, because it's over 8 years, each year you get 85,000 RMB net profit, or around 11,930 US dollars in profit per year. So this is net profit per year. Quite nice. Overall return on investment over 8 years is 22.6% guaranteed. All right. So you're guaranteed to get that much money back. And on a yearly basis, it is about 2.8% per year. All right. Profit. Return on your investment per year. Now, whilst it might not seem like a lot, 95,000 US dollars in profit in 8 years, and if you count into inflation and stuff, it might not be that good of a deal. But remember, this is guaranteed. You're guaranteed to earn money. You're guaranteed to win. There's no chance of you losing out unless NIO goes under, which most likely will not. All right, the probability of that is very, very low. And with the Chinese economy sort of not doing too well, the Chinese stock market also not doing too well, notorious for losing people's money, it's hard to find a very safe investment that guarantees you to earn profit. Most investments will end up losing you money. So this has actually become extremely popular. And here in China, apparently, NIO is getting a lot of interest with this method number 2. People are basically volunteering to give NIO 3 million RMB a piece, and there's lots of people lined up to give NIO 3 million RMB each. Now, you may be wondering, why is the minimum threshold 3 million RMB or 421,000 US dollars? Well, this is pretty much the amount, the cost for one swap station. The modern Gen 4 swap stations, they do cost a lot of money with LiDAR and six LiDARs and then ORNX chips inside. All those batteries, it costs a lot of money. So give or take, this is about the cost of each swap station, and probably a little bit extra to cover miscellaneous fees. So that would guarantee that every person that invests 3 million will be able to get a swap station. All right, NIO will be able to build a swap station with that money. Now, some people are saying, and also some NIO owners are saying, that NIO is short on cash, and this is a way to alleviate it. And certainly, even if they are short on cash, with these cash injections from NIO owners, some people that are investing into these method number 2, giving NIO 3 million RMB. Some of them are NIO owners, some of them are business owners, some of them are fund managers, right? More so fund managers, and they're showing very high interest in this, and there's lots of people that have already pulled the trigger. This just means that short term, they got a lot of money coming in via these cash injections. All right, 3 million a pop, 3 million a pop, 3 million a pop. Lots of these 3 million per pops, all right? And of course, they'll use that to pay for the swap stations, and it makes sense to build out factory number 3, 4 swap stations if you think about it this way. But the problem is, of course, guaranteeing that return on investment. Is NIO going to be able to give them that return on investment, that 460k RMB back per year, which is around 64.5 thousand US dollars per year for 8 years? So every one of them that's invested that much money, NIO has to give them 460k RMB per year. So that's going to be interesting. If the swap stations that they built with that 3 million, will it be enough to generate that much money, all right? Or is this going to become a cash draining burden down the line? They're getting a lot of cash right now, but down the line, if they can't fulfill that, if they can't get that much return from the swap stations and chargers that they build, then that could end up hurting NIO in the long run. But certainly, we got to agree that this is much better than doing further dilution for the stockholders. That would be terrible if NIO did further dilution. And this is, of course, better than more bond offerings. Bond offerings will probably be at a higher interest rate than this. And this is very nice. I mean, this is NIO pulling out a 1,000 IQ move right there. So NIO has pulled a rabbit out of the hat and gotten people to basically throw money at NIO. 3 million RMB per pop. If you were an outside investor seeking stable returns and you got 3 million RMB or roughly 400,000 US dollars, would you invest in NIO with this method number 2? Give them that money and then get stable returns for 8 years? Would you do it? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.